Do you ever notice that in life, sometimes more is better? Like, oh, I don't know, more chocolate, or more sports cars, or more puppies. How about more orgasms? Say what now? Hi, I'm Dr. Cheryl Fraser. I'm a sex therapist, I'm a psychologist, I'm the author of Buddha's Bedroom, and I'm here to talk to you a little bit about something that most people are pretty interested in, but don't really know very much about. And that's the topic of multiple orgasms. Now, you've probably learned that men can't have multiple orgasms. That's true, but not true. So I'm going to briefly teach you something called the sexual response cycle, and that will help me explain to you why both men and women can cultivate the art form of having multiple orgasms. Okay, first of all, what's the sexual response cycle? Well, think of a graph, and 0 is I'm not turned on at all, and 10 is a typical climax orgasm. This is how a typical sexual encounter, either solo sex, yes, I mean masturbation, or sexual activity with a partner goes. You start at 0, you're not turned on. That's called a basic phase of not being turned on. Then you start to become aroused. So you go from 0, and if it's a graph, you go up to like 2, 3, 4, 5. You're getting turned on, you're feeling good. The body's feeling good, you're becoming sexual. 10's an orgasm. Then you maybe get up to 4 or 5 or 6, and maybe you hang out there for a while. You play with each other, you're making love, you're having penetration or other fun sensual activities. You hang out at a plateau for a while. Then you go whoa, up to 10, and there's a climax orgasm, and then the graph comes back down slowly towards 0, which is called the refractory resolution phase. So we're up here, it's so good, and then we're finished, and we're kind of, that's the snooze or cigarette or whatever in terms of the cliches. Now, the male physiology is such that after a man has a climax orgasm, if he ejaculates, he then moves into the resolution phase down the graph and into what's called a refractory period, where he can't immediately have another orgasm or ejaculation. He can't come again. Yes, I'm being specific, but it's important to be specific when you're talking about important things. Now, women don't have a refractory period, so they can have a climax orgasm and then have another little dip down to like 8 out of 10, and then they can come up to 10 and have another orgasm, and then come down to an 8 out of 10 and then have another orgasm. Multiple orgasm simply means we're able to separate those joyful, beautiful muscle contractions that are all the pleasure and the delight of the orgasmic climax experience, and have one wave of pleasure and then a settling, and then another wave of pleasure and then a settling, and then another wave of pleasure. Sometimes 3 chocolates is even more fun than 1. Now, how does a guy do that? Well, he needs to train his body so he learns how to have the pulsing, glorious pleasure of orgasm without actually ejaculating. This is some sort of higher level stuff. I cover this a lot in my more advanced programs with people, but I wanted to introduce you to it right now so you can start thinking about, are you willing to settle for a tiny little bit of pleasure? That's fantastic. Statistically, the average male orgasm lasts about 7 seconds, and the average female orgasm lasts about 21 seconds, which is pretty great. But what if you could have 3 delicious chocolates instead of just 1 on occasion? Would you like to indulge? If so, keep watching my stuff, check out some of my stuff, other great experts, and learn more about how to be more of a sexual maestro. Don't just strum your guitar, learn how to play Spanish guitar. So there's a little bit of teaching, little love bite on learning more about orgasms, and maybe noticing the next time you make love with yourself or someone else, where's that 0 to 10 for you? Now, if you enjoyed this, we'd love it if you'd subscribe to this channel where you're watching this, just below this video. Even more important, because I love love, but I love spreading the love. If you have a friend, family member who could maybe benefit from a little bit of advice, probably you're not going to send this one to your grandma, but who knows, maybe your grandma's a one rockin' lady, then please send them my LoveByte or tell them about this channel, because I like to help as many people as I possibly can. Stay tuned. We got some more great video LoveBytes coming your way. It's been a delight to be with you today when spring is in the air and I get to talk to you about things that really matter. For now, I'm Dr. Cheryl Fraser, and I will see you in the next video LoveByte.